What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dizo, and you are watching the ShadeSnSoleS channel. Alright guys, for tonight we're going to be doing the real review for the Adidas Harden Volume 9. Okay, so I've played with this shoe multiple times. In comparison to the Adidas Volume 8, which I don't know if it was just coincidence or if it was actually the shoe, or because of my age, that shoe wrecked both of my feet. Okay, again, I'm not solely blaming the shoe itself, but that was the shoe I was wearing, so yeah, I could kind of point to it. Whatever the case may be, I'm pretty sure it's just not the shoe itself, because otherwise other people would have the same complaints. But anyway, enough babble with the 8s. We're talking about the 9s. If you guys are ever wondering why I never reviewed the 8s, it's for that reason. I had a video ready for it, I just never released it because I had nothing but bad to say about the 8s. Alright, what came with the box was this tag, Harden Volume 9. It's a size. I got myself a size 8 because upon fitting this in the shoe store, I had my true to size, which is an 8.5, and I had this at 8. And for some reason, if I wore my true to size, this portion right here, right where the flex of the foot of your forefoot happens, the 8.5 would just bite the hell out of that portion, same as this portion right here. So I was like, let me try an 8, let me see if that one fits better. Sure enough, it did. It still gets a little bit of bite in there, right, once it flexes, but it was more manageable than the 8.5. And then break-in period, all good, all done, all said and done, I got through it. Okay, so break-in period, it does take a little bit of time. I don't know if that's the same as your experience, but that was with mine. Okay, another thing that came with the shoe box was these shoe trees. Don't really need those, throw them in the can, right? All right, let's start off with the outsole. Okay, the outsole on this shoe was surprisingly good. Okay, I didn't expect much of it, but I came with it with an open mind. So I was like, let's just get through with it. To hell, you know, let's see what it can do for me and stuff like that. Let me adjust the brightness on this. Okay, yeah, so here you go. The outsole on this was surprisingly good. All right, I have no complaints about the outsole, no complaints at all. Whatever movement I was doing, whatever type of court I was in, if it's a little bit dusty, yes, it can eat up a lot of dust and dust clogs, but nothing little wiping can do, right? As long as you wipe them, shoe remains good. All right, now to the midsole of this. Now, in talking about the midsole, of the Harden 9s, this is where it gets a little bit confusing, right? Because as somebody who doesn't read into shoes a lot, right? Like if I were somebody who doesn't know a lot about shoes, I'd be like, okay, let me read on something. What can we find out about the shoes? Okay, so what can we find out about the shoes? The shoes are saying regular fit, lace closure, synthetic and textile upper, boost midsole, light strike cushioning. Okay, so you have boost and light strike in there being mentioned, and this is from Adidas website. Okay, so why do I say that's going to be a little bit confusing for those that don't know what they are talking about, or for those that don't know what they are reading on the Adidas website. Okay, so there is obviously boost in this shoe, as you guys can see. You guys can see that boost right there. Right, there is boost. Okay, now you guys are gonna ask, where is the light strike cushioning? So the light strike cushioning is the encasing rubber. Okay, when I say that, it's the midsole around the midsole. Okay, whereas the inside, the majority of the inside of the midsole right here That is all the boost, okay? Mind you, this is very hard to explain, but boost was advertised as something that is very bouncy, right? Initially, that's how boost was introduced, and then the more they integrated it in the basketball scene, at first it wasn't working, right? That's why Adidas came up with some solutions as to what kind of rubber we're gonna encase the boost with, blah blah blah. Now we have this one here, which is light strike cushioning around the boost midsole. Okay, this midsole right here, implemented on the Harden 9s, is for me one of the most stable, and not just stable, very responsive and very bouncy. Okay, so bouncy, well cushioned, and responsive and stable at the same time. It's between this implementation of boost and the boost in the AE1s that are going head to head with this. And yeah, when I'm talking about midsole alone, I can't decide whether this one is better than the AE1s, because they're both neck and neck in my opinion, depending on how you play and depending on your preference of what you want in a midsole. Okay, if you guys want to look at my AE1s, I've explained it over there. What are the advantages, disadvantages of the midsoles of the AE1s, or this one, just how I explained it right now. Like, this has a very responsive, very cushion friendly, and very bouncy midsole. One major difference though between this and the AE1s, I do feel a little bit faster on the AE1 lows than this one. Okay, that's just me, that's just my opinion, that's just my experience of it. But if this is your cup of tea, then I think the midsole and the outsole on this and AE1s go neck and neck, and then the big difference maker would be the uppers. Okay, so for this one, the uppers on this one, I have no issues. Wait, I lied. I have a big issue with this one, because if you put the lace, I may put the brightness on this one, you guys might need to see this. Okay, but this is the medial portion of the right shoe. Okay, originally this came with all the laces all the way up here on the top lace loop. As you can see, I pulled them down one. Okay, I didn't put it all the way up, because when I did, and when I played with this one ate up my medial ankle. Okay, created obviously I got a cut from it. Okay, I've heard other people say that they just played with it, they just went with it until they broke in. Well, I'm not willing to get cut just to break in a damn pair of shoes, and me being so used to low cuts anyway, so I dropped it down, because if this had real containment, then this would contain my foot, because the height of the shoe doesn't dictate the containment of the shoe. The lace loops do, right? But again, as I mentioned, I'm not willing to get myself cut over and over again just to break in a pair of shoes. I'm not gonna go do that. Okay, so now that I mentioned about containment, does this actually contain the foot? Well, in comparison to the Harden 8s, this one, although my foot never popped out on the 8s, my foot never popped out in the 9s neither. Okay, it's just when I compare the Harden lines between the 1, I had the 1, I had the 2, I had the 3, I don't think I had the 4, I forgot, I had the 5s, I don't think I had the 6, I had the 8s and the 9s. The best containment Harden in the Harden line I've had was the Harden 3s. where it had the cat's tongue and all that. I don't know if you guys remember, but for this one, between comparison from the 8s to the 9s, this has a lesser heel popping out feeling compared to the 8s. Okay, this is better containment in my opinion, and from my experience, right? Compared to the 8s. So containment, that one is solved. And another portion of containment is, if you guys can see how this shoe is constructed, let me just loosen up the laces so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. Okay, increase the brightness too for your guys' viewing at home. Okay, so this is constructed with like an outer shell, which is this portion right here, and then an inner booty. Okay, this booty has a little bit of neoprene feeling right here in the tongue, but after the middle portion, which is the tongue, like if you're just talking about here, this is just textile. So is this really holding any form at all? No, this is just stretchable mesh right here. This is just stretchable textile. Okay, whereas only this portion right here all the way up has that neoprene feeling, that has the structure of it. Okay, so what is this area right here? I saw somebody cut the this portion of the video is just very hard foam, right? And I guess that's what's attributing to that snake bite right there, that snake feeling, that bite feeling right there. I told you guys are gonna need to break that portion in. If I got my true to size, it would have been worse, and I had a little bit of dead space right here on my true to size. So when I went down half a size, that was perfect for me. I didn't need to have a very long break-in period right here. Upper, they didn't feel as clunky as the 8s. Okay, and the contain, I know I said there is no structure here, right, on this booty construction piece right here, but because of this outer shell, I don't know what they did, but when you cinch this up, right, you're gonna feel the laces on the top of your foot, but when you lace this up, this fits like a glove, man. And at first I didn't like it, and then I learned to love it while I was playing in the shoe. Okay, again, I said the AE1s made me feel faster than this shoe, but this shoe also made me feel fast, and I believe it's because of this plate right here. If this is an infinity, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like there is also an infinity plate right here, and that worked for me with the AE1s, that worked for me in the Dame 9s, and it definitely worked for me here. So when you combine everything that I just said, outsole works everywhere. Okay, the cushion or the boost and the midsole encased in the light strike boost midsole, I said it was very cushiony, it was very responsive, and it was stable at the same time, and that felt really good. Okay, to have something that bouncy where it's also stable at the same time, it's a nice feeling. Okay, and then plus the uppers on this shoe, which when you tighten this up, which fits like a glove, right, without, well, after a break-in period, without any issues, except for the heel, a feeling of heel popping out, but never actually does. Like, I understand why between the Dame 9s, okay, the AE1s, and the Harden 9s, I understand why this would be the most expensive in the line, just because of those features that I said. Okay, this may not completely be the most premium feeling or the most premium materials, right? But to me, this has, when you compare everything from the Dame 9s, compare everything from the AE1s, and compare everything to this, I think this may be kind of where their highest materials are in terms of basketball at this point. So I would understand why they put it at $160. And let's not forget, this is an icebreaker, right? This is probably why it was $160, because this is the only shoe that has a aglet, right? I don't know if that's worth $160 to you, but it does look good. It's nice to have. I don't know if this is metal, aluminum, or whatever. It's nice to see aglets, hard aglets again in some shoes. I haven't seen one quite a while where it has that touch of premiumness to it, if you guys can call it. But hey, you know, whatever you can put in a shoe to justify whatever it is, right? The price or whatever, the premiumness of it. But yeah, well, one thing left to do is show you guys how this looks on foot, and that will be happening time now. Guys, I've seen the on foot for the Adidas Harden 9s. One thing I do wish this had, so my AE1s had an extra lace, my Dame 9s had an extra lace. I wish this colorway had an extra pair of lacing. Oh, and speaking of colorways, there is one colorway of this shoe that I would have wanted to buy if I didn't buy this pair yet. And if you guys are wondering what it is this colorway. Let me grab my this one right here. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. Okay, there you go. It is if you guys are trying to get this is from shop.overtime. You guys seeing that? shop.overtime.tv. You guys want to see the home page? Let me get to the home page of this one. There you go, Overtime. All right, so I'm just gonna teach you guys where to get it, and then or you can just type this one, OTE RWE collaboration or X Adidas Harden Volume 9, and it is black. Okay, black on the upper, black on that on this portion right here, so black on the uppers, and then black on this mesh area right there, right? What I don't like though is, oh, it does come with an extra pair of laces. You guys can see that, right? What I wish on the white pair that I had. What I don't like about this pair is this color right here in the back, like that to me that should have just been white. You know what I mean? I don't like that fruity colorway right there. So yeah. All right, so just showing you guys because I mentioned the word colorway, but yeah. Good outsole, great outsole actually, great midsole for this shoe, and good upper minus that slip out feeling and heel. But yes, this is going for $160. Some colorways are on sale right now. If you guys have this shoe, the Harden 9s, let me know what your experience is with the shoe. You have the same experience that I had, kind of the issue that I have regarding the mid ankle area. Yeah. Comment down below if you guys have the same experience or not, or better or worse. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. Be respectful, be good in those comment section. I'll try my best to respond to you guys. And I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for your support. It's your boy Dizo signing off. Peace out.